Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we? I guess can you all see me? Can you all hear me? We'll say, how's it sounding at the moment? I hope you've all been well. And I've been, since yesterday, I've been really excited um, to do this chat. And again, like I said, I hope you've all been well. Man, I'm so pumped up this morning. Um yeah. So I so the whole purpose of this video today is just to do as the thing says, it's a mystery uncorking. I just wanted to, yeah, sorry, I can't form a sentence. Haven't even had anything to drink yet, and all I've had is coffee and water. Um, yeah, so I was just wanting to do this little unboxing for you guys today. This video is actually somewhat inspired by castmates. So thanks, Matthias. You gave me the idea for this. Yeah, so who have we got in here at the moment? So, Matthias, mate, how are you? It's good to see you in here. Al, my friend, how are you? And of course, Anthony, how are you guys all doing? I'm assuming since you're at work, Anthony, I'm assuming Mrs. Whiskey isn't with you today, or yeah, all good. Yeah, so. Yeah, I'll say, what time is it now? 6:34 a.m. in the morning here. I've just gotten myself on a big energy boost right now. I've just from the excitement of wanting to do this video. Like I said, I always love getting a chance to do these live chats whenever I can. They're just always so much fun. I can't wait to show you what I've got with me today, and I'll see how I go. I've got it here with me. I'll most likely uh, open up this as well, but we'll see how I go. Yeah, just so pumped. Like I said, we got whiskey to talk about all on the way here. I was blasting the shit out of AC/DC. What better way to start your morning than to be blasting the hell out of AC/DC and say doing a opening up a whiskey bottle. That's like the Australian way. AC/DC and whiskey. All right, so all right, who wants to see what who wants to see what I've got? Anybody? Anthony, mate, how are you? Sorry, Antonio. Antonio. Well, I guess, yeah. Matthias, you've just bottled the Jamison experiment. Okay. Are you playing around with more of your wood chips again? Are you? All right. So yeah, as I said, yeah. So who wants to see what I've got? Give me a show of hands. All right. So yesterday, I was at Costco. Actually, I had gone probably about 2 weeks ago. I had gone to Costco and I was having a look in their liquor section, and I came across this absolutely stunning, this absolutely beautiful and incredible whiskey. And I looked at it and I said to myself, I have to have you, but I can't afford you right now. So I said to myself, I'll put aside a little bit of money, and the next time I come in, if it's still there, I'll grab the bottle. So what I ended up getting was the 2018 edition Lagavulin 12-year-old. Now, is that not a beauty? Eh? Uh, Antonio, you're at work as well, are you, mate? Bloody hell, you poor guys. So yeah, I was able to pick up the Lagavulin 12. Last year, I had gotten the 2017 edition. That was absolutely amazing. So I'm hoping that this is going to be just as good. Bourbon and a baby, welcome to the chat, mate. How are you? Um, it's good to see you in here. So, all right, I think it's time to pull the tab on this, and let's see how we go. This is the anticipation. All right, you guys ready for that pop? Let's see how we go. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Man, man, just the smell of the whiskey on the cork alone, man, that is incredible. Oh, wow. All right, let's do a little pour. That should do for now. Once you've popped, you can't stop. Very, very true. Oh, Antonio, mate, if you're able to, mate, please jump in onto into the chat every now and then. I don't want to get you in trouble, but yeah, obviously it will be great to hear what you've got to say. Oh man, we're going for the strong stuff today. So, all right, like I mentioned, Lagavulin 12-year-old, the 2018 edition. Mate, this beauty is bottled at 57.8% ABV. I wish I could remember what like I said, last year I had the 2017. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I finished the last year's edition. I wish I still had some left so I could do a comparison. But yeah, so we're just going to have to go with what we've got. Man, that nose is absolutely incredible. What are you saying, Anthony? I was going to go for the nice pop shot, but I'm sure that means something else. Mate, it's only going to mean something else if you think it means something else. Oh, we've got a chat room full of gutter minds at the moment. Okay. All right, let's see how we go. Oh, man, that nose is incredible. To be honest, you don't even want to drink it. You just want to keep nosing the thing. It's sweet and salty at the same time. Definitely, you have those. That peat note is definitely there. Okay, mate. Anthony, let me waft that over to you, mate. Are you getting those vapors coming through? Even the color, it's so light. It's almost like a watered down honey, very thin honey, or a light straw color. The proof, Matthias, it's 57.8%. So, look, I can't remember. I don't know if you guys are able to quickly do some research for me, but I can't remember what the 2017 was. I have a feeling this might be a little bit stronger than last year's one. I could be mistaken. It could be the same. I'm not sure. But yeah, this one, 57.8%. I'm going to try one of the other tricks that we've learnt from the Whiskey Vault. I'm not getting cucumber on this one, Anthony. More cardboard. And almost like a wet wood smell. Yeah. Okay. Very thin, washed out honey. It smells like pizza dough. Not quite. So what are you guys all drinking at the moment? I'm assuming it's night time for you guys. So for those of you who aren't at work, what do you guys have? Or maybe you're just drinking coffee. Definitely smells like you're at the beach. Antonio, you got coffee, mate? I've also got a cup of tea going here as well. It's almost like a seaweed, like a seaweed note there as well. So I don't know if you imagine, let's say you're sitting at the beach, and you've got some of that that seaweed that's washed up, but it hasn't started going funky yet, because I know nothing smells worse than sitting at a beach that's been washed up with seaweed that's sitting in the sun and it's gone funky. Oh man, that's horrible. Wow. Okay, new dram, mate, don't be too disappointed about drinking water. Think about it this way. If we didn't have water, well, then we wouldn't be drinking this. So it's the key ingredient. Bourbon and a baby, you got Weller 107. Man, I wish I could find Weller over here. Look, I'm only recently getting into bourbon myself at the moment. But I wish, say, Weller is one of the ones that I want to get into. Unfortunately, it's just not easy to find. Al, you're going with the brandy today. Very nice, very nice. Like I said, you don't want to drink it. Just nosing it is. I have to say, I haven't enjoyed a nose on a whiskey this much for quite a while. This is incredible. Let's see if there's any other information on the box. Just bear with me. Okay, so guys, I'm just going to do a bit of reading here. So here we go. It's saying this pale gold cask strength Lagavulin is bursting with intense distillery character. On the nose, there's a powerful smoldering peat smokiness on a cleansing oiled base with the smell of the sea in the background. Complex, lighter notes lie within, among them citrus zest, fresh mint, and tropical fruits. Add water and iodine-rich cleanness combines with smoke, a tasteful sharpness, and a vanilla creaminess to be altogether appetizing. So I guess so far I haven't been too far off. The palate is smoothly oily with an exquisitely powerful taste, first sweet and firm with strong saltiness, then drying and tangy. A rush of simple notes, salt and vinegar on chips wrapped in paper, honey, mints, wax, oil lamps, fresh wood with water, sweet, smoky, and salty with citrus fruit. The long, spicy, and smoky finish is intensely sweet, then deeply pungent and warming with a lingering dryness. Man, that is such a wonderful description right there. Matthias, so far you're asking how does it compare to the 8-year-old? From memory at the moment, it's probably been about 2 months since I last had the 8-year-old. But I think from memory, the 8-year-old I think probably has a stronger nose. This is a little bit. This is probably a little bit more rounded off. But please, guys, keep in mind sometime down the track, I've got the 200th anniversary Lagavulin 8-year-old. I've got the Game of Thrones edition 9-year-old. I now have the 12, and I also have a bottle of the Lagavulin 16. So I will be doing a comparison with those 4 whiskies. Whether I do them as back-to-back like individual reviews, I haven't decided yet. I might even record them all together, maybe even do it as a premiere. But that will definitely be something to keep an eye out on. So yeah, it's always the great thing when you eventually start to build up a few bottlings of something where you can do these side-by-side comparisons. I've got a few other whiskies that I would be planning on doing the same thing with as well. So again, some footage to keep an eye on. Anthony, you're asking, are there any notes standing out? So far, as I've mentioned, salt, sea breeze, that's something that was mentioned in the description on the box. I'm getting a touch of honey coming through. That's very light though. The peat is definitely there. I mean, this is typical Lagavulin. I think I've pretty much had this poured out for about almost 15 minutes now as well, and you can definitely tell already the nose is really opening up. All right, I'm going to take a sip. Let's see how we go for the palate. Wow. Oh, smoky. Wow. Man, you hold that on your tongue and you just feel it. It's, oh man. If you guys are able to get your hands on this, take a little, like I say, take a little sip. Let it sit on your tongue. And straight away, you're just going to feel that alcohol going to work. Man, it spreads across your tongue, and you just feel like that slight stinging, burning sensation of the alcohol as it's evaporating. The smoky punch just comes through, and it just, I mean, on every little tingle that you get, you're just getting smoke, 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 smoke. It just keeps punching. Whoa, what an intense flavor. And then when you swallow it, the peat rush just pushes through. And then I swear, if this was like a glass of liquid smoke, you would be able to blow smoke rings with this thing, man. Wow, incredible. Man, guys, this is in a completely different ballpark from from the 8, the 9, and the 16, man, there's no comparison. I have to say, it destroys them. It absolutely wipes the floor. I think this, to me, is what this. Man, I love the Lagavulin 16-year-old. It is one of my favorite Isla whiskies. And again, sometime down the track, there's a video that I'm going to be doing where I'll be doing a blind comparison of the Freud 10, Ardbeg 10, and the Lagavulin 16. Now, this is bottled at 12 years of age. It is obviously 4 years younger than the 16-year-old. But I'm going to go outright and say it. This is what the 16-year-old wants to be. I reckon if you could get a cask strength version of the Lagavulin 16, this is what you're going to get. Man, just one. I've only had one sip, and the flavor is just staying. Man, this is incredible. Even as it's going, like the taste is dissipating. Oh man, you're getting all these beautiful earthy. So obviously, like the peat notes are coming through. Those strong earthy peat notes. Your mouth just feels like it's filled with smoke. Again, then you've got the barrel notes coming through. That I'm assuming it's a bourbon cask, considering you're getting a lot of those vanilla notes, that vanilla honey. Wow, man, that. Look, I remember absolutely loving the 2017. Unfortunately, I can't really remember so much what I thought of it, with the exception of that I really enjoyed it. But man, this is something else. I reckon this is gonna have to be one of those bottles that if I'm able to, I'm gonna have to grab another bottle. Just to have on hand, because once this is finished, I'm gonna have to get another one. Yeah, this has just absolutely blown my mind. Anthony, mate, you're asking what's the price difference to the 16. I'm not too sure what you guys would get it for in the UK. But here in Australia, this is about, on average, it's probably about $40 more than the 16-year-old. But again, that would depend on where you get it from as well. But from what I've noticed, it's about a $40 difference. I'm blown away. Sorry, guys. Oh, my day job, which I don't know if you can see those three. Well, where am I pointing? Those three pizza pans up there. I make pizza. I'm in my family-run pizzeria, and yeah, that's what I do. So I was, before starting this live stream, I was out on a supply run, and hence the reason why I was blasting AC/DC so early in the morning. I mean, no one wants to do a supply run so early in the morning, so you have to blast AC/DC to make the trip more enjoyable. You guys, all of you, you're welcome here anytime. To be able to have a pizza and whiskey with you guys would be like a dream come true. It really would be. Man, wow. Well, Al, I'm sure whiskey and police work probably goes hand in hand. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have those days that you're going to definitely want a nice dram, probably after a shitty day at work. I'm sure. I can't imagine some of the crap that you've got to put up with. I don't know. I've got some friends that are police officers, and hearing some of the things that they have to go through, mate, I don't know how you guys do it. Seriously, yeah, you guys are incredible, and unfortunately, not enough respect is given to you. Time to add some water to this. And bourbon and a baby. Sorry, man, I can't at the moment. I'm having trouble remembering your name. So if you get a chance, could you please just drop your name in the comments? I'd rather refer to you by your name rather than bourbon and a baby. Unless you would rather me do like the kindergarten thing and be like, "Good morning, Mr. Bourbon and a baby." I'm just teasing. I'm sure you guys probably definitely deserve a nice dram after dealing with a lot of troublesome kids, I'm sure. Again, another job that I would not have the patience to do. I think I'll be throwing down some beatdowns if I was a teacher these days. I don't think I could do it. The patience you must have must be incredible. And oh yeah, here you go. Cheers, Jay. Okay. I think I added a touch too much water. I've wiped it out. So I'm going to pour just a touch more. This is just an excuse, of course. I just want to pour more whiskey. Now, actually, this is, look, one thing, this is something that I've noticed. I don't know if you guys have picked this up as well. I don't know if you guys are Lagavulin fans in general. I know Matthias, judging by what you were going on about in your live stream yesterday, uh, since you were a big Isla and peated whiskey snob back in the day, I'm assuming um, you're probably very familiar with Lagavulin, I'm sure. I've noticed with Lagavulin, and it's happened with all their expressions so far, they don't handle water very well. I don't know if that's just my opinion or if something you guys have noticed as well, but I know for myself, um, yeah, the Lagavulin for me is for some reason it doesn't hold up well to water, but I'm gonna see how it goes. So on the nose, it's definitely a lot more mellow. Those salty notes are still there, but you're not, yeah, definitely not getting anywhere near as much of the complexity as what you were getting when it was at full strength. It smells a lot more earthier than what it does. So I think there's a different layer of the peat that's coming through at the moment. Anthony, mate, cheers. We'll see you later on. You'll have to come back for the replay and see what else I'm gonna pull out. But mate, cheers to you. Have yourself a good day, and we'll see you later, mate. Thank you very much. It is a bit more fruitier now. I think I'm getting a bit of an apricot note. Maybe a touch of apple, but I'm forcing myself to find it. Man, it's subtle, but I think like a strawberry. I think I'm getting a touch of strawberry, I think. Almost like a candied version of strawberry. Yeah. Oh, let's see what we get for the nose now that we've added, sorry, for the palate now that we've added water to it. Okay, so that spiciness is still there, but the initial kick is gone. But it does come back at the back end of the palate. Um, Still a very tasty whiskey, although the flavor is a lot more subdued. The salt is still there. Those apple notes are coming through a bit more now. Yeah, unfortunately, now adding the water to it, I did probably add too much, but it's a lot more dialed down than what the it was originally. Okay. All right, all good, Matthias, mate. I hope your son gets better gets better soon. Um, Please enjoy the rest of your day, mate. All my best. Thank you for joining us today. The funny thing is with this as well, there's not much of a finish, even at the full strength. Um, it's a lingering finish, but it doesn't. It's not constantly repeating on you. You know it's there, but it doesn't have like that reflux action to it. It just goes down, and then you've just got this continuing smoke that keeps coming through. Oh, well, that's it for that. Um, it's actually a little bit sweeter. Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely sweeter. That honey note definitely comes back through again um, on the nose. So I'm just rinsing out this glass because there's something else that I want to pour for you guys. Um, Unfortunately, Matthias isn't here. I was hoping that he was going to be here for this, but he can catch it on the replay after. Okay. Oh, now I've got like smoky water. Okay. All right. Uh, so guys, at the moment, since we are going on a bit of a cask strength journey at the moment, what's your favorite cask strength whiskey that you've had, whether it be a Scotch or a bourbon? Mate, guys, seriously, throw some things out for me. Obviously, I need to expand on my collection as much as I probably can't afford it. But there's always room on the shelf for more whiskey, even when the shelf is full. So yeah, throw out some more cask strength whiskies for me. I definitely want to keep an eye out for some different expressions. Oh, excuse me. Um, okay, that's finished now. All right, so the other item that I have with me today, again, this was meant to be as a bit of a thing for Matthias, especially relating to his live chat yesterday. But I bought in my bottle of the Aberlour Abonard. Um, I was hoping to kind of compare notes with him a bit, but oh well. He can leave us some comments in the comments later on. But for now, I don't know. Any of you guys that are still here, have you guys had the Abonard at all? Please, if you have, let me know what you think. This one's actually batch number 67. And this is actually bottled at 60.8%. Okay, so Jay, you're saying you've had the Wild Turkey Rare Breed and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Man, I can get the Rare Breed here. Unfortunately, the Elijah Craig is not, as far as I know, it's not available. We've got the small batch. I don't know how that compares, but that is definitely something that I've been wanting to get. But yeah, unfortunately, I have not seen the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof in Australia at the moment. Oh wow. What a contrast in this in comparison to the Lagavulin. I am just going to pour a little bit of that because having two cask strength whiskeys back to back is probably just going to knock me on my ass. And I still have things I need to do today. So I better behave myself I better behave myself. Alright, so I'm just going to do a bit of a... Wow, you got that? I caught it at sherry and smoky. Oh, what beautiful whiskeys. Okay, so let's see how we go with the Abonard. Now this one, I believe, yeah, it's the... I'm fairly certain this is Oloroso. Yeah, Oloroso sherry butts. This is definitely one that it will punch you. This is a strong. This is a very strong whiskey. I'm not sure if any of you have ever tried the Glenfiddich Najura Oloroso cask. This is very, very similar. Jay, mate, how would you say the small batch compares to the barrel proof? Is there a big difference between them? Anthony, you're back. Welcome. I've just poured myself another dram, and at the moment, we've got the Abonard. That's batch number. I'm assuming it's batch 67. It could be batch 61. It's a bit hard to tell with the way they've written it. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Would you say that's a 7 or a 1? I mean, obviously you're seeing that inverted, but yeah, I don't know. What would you say? 67 or 61? Yeah, so we've got a bit of a cask strength theme going on today. Oh. What am I doing? I took a sip and didn't even give you the nosing notes. Okay, so on the nose, very strong sherry and very heavily oaked. You definitely have a strong barrel presence on this. This is all dried fruits. And this actually, like, it stings the nostrils when you when you nose this one. Maybe I should keep a bit of a distance. So from, you're getting honey, Okay, yeah, this is okay. This is something that I haven't noticed before, but toffee apple. You guys know, obviously, the toffee apple when you have the like the toffee dipped apples. I haven't had one of those things in years, but I love them. I should get one. Yeah, so honey, toffee apple, brown sugar, sweet pear. There's a nuttiness in there as well. Is it almond? Yeah, I'm gonna go with almond. Man, these cask strength whiskies, there's so much to explore, and I mean these are definitely designed, or I shouldn't say designed. They're marketed towards, I guess, I shouldn't say advanced because there's no way in hell that I would consider myself an advanced whiskey drinker. But say for those of us who are starting to want higher ABV, and when you get to that point where you're finding that the 40% ABV kind of just isn't doing it for you anymore, uh, these higher ABV cask strengths, they give you so much to play around with. Just having a look at the chat here, guys. Jay, you're 100%, mate. The community that we have, uh, it's incredible. Everybody is so supportive of each other. I mean, perfect example. Even when Anthony, or say New Jam Drinker, when he did his recent live chat, and pretty much straight after he started a WhatsApp group for us fellow whiskey tubers. So, man, we're all about supporting each other and helping each other grow. From my own experience, people have always been willing to hand out advice whenever you ask. It's a wonderful community to be a part of. There's a waxy note in there as well. Let's go to the palate and see what we get. Wow, man, that's got a punch. But again, it's a completely different monster to the Lagavulin. Where the Lagavulin was a full-on smoke bomb, this is fruits, sugar, fruits, oaky barrel notes. That alcohol burn just attacks you like crazy. I found, look, now I'm almost at the halfway mark of the bottle, and this has mellowed out a lot. Like from the neck pour down to here, the flavor profile is changing. I remember the neck pour of this, man, it kicked like a bull. It was very strong. It actually reminded me of I mentioned the Glenlivet Nadura. That was probably one of the first. No, no, that I would say was the second cask strength whiskey I had. The first one that I ever had was the Jack Daniel's single barrel. And those two whiskies, I had them very early on in my whiskey journey. And I could only drink those with ice. Now I've gotten a lot more used to the higher ABV, and I can say I can enjoy these now at full strength or adding water to them. Uh, but yeah, man, those. But the one thing I noticed with the Glenlivet and the Jura, uh, that kept its punch from the beginning to the end. That was an insanely intense whiskey. Guys, I'm just going to pour a little bit more into the glass. I want to add some water to this. Well, probably a bit too much. Oh, well. We only live once, eh? Just going to pour a tiny drop. Wow, that just went cloudy instantly. And I don't know, you guys, you can't really see it, but the oils just separated instantly. Just seeing that, yeah, as soon as the water hit, we just saw it just all like blend together. Anthony, you're saying 61? Yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's got to be a way that I can look that up. Unfortunately, it does look too much. It could go either way, but man, that water definitely brings out those honey notes are definitely a lot more prominent. The toffee again is stronger. That caramelized sugar. Man, I'm just going to go outright and say this, guys. All of you in the chat, all your content is incredible. All of you, please keep up the excellent work that you're doing. I think you guys are going to do really, really well. Yeah, I'll say I just love the content. Man, that's hit the sweet spot. I think the amount of water I've got in there now, that's perfect. It's amazing. It's amazing what a difference how some whiskeys can hold. How some whiskeys can hold water so much better than others. Like I said, this one, say the Aberlour, actually benefited from having water. The Lagavulin, in my opinion, man, it wipes it out. I'll have to try it again once I get down to, say, past the shoulder or a bit more into the halfway mark of the bottle. But yeah, if you're wanting to add water to your cask strength, definitely add it to the Aberlour. I don't really recommend it for the Lagavulin, but hey, definitely give it a try to make up your own opinion. As far as cask strength whiskies go, I have to say some of the other ones that I need to try. Obviously, the Glenfarclas. I think is it 105 Glenfarclas? I could be mistaken. But yeah, definitely I want to give that one a go. Antonio, your catchphrase there, you'll never know unless you try it, mate. That's 100% true. As you like to say, you like to add a drop of water to your whiskey just to see what happens. Actually, I'm glad that Antonio, that you received my email well enough. Obviously, I had the correct email address. I look forward to seeing your video that you come up with. Man, this little project that I'm working on for the I'll say hopefully they don't. I'm sure they probably won't end up watching this. I'm a bit of a nobody, so I'm doing a like a birthday thank you message for the Scotch Test Dummies for their 6th anniversary. That's in October. And so far, I've had a pretty good response of some of the whiskey tubers that I've sent emails out to. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what everybody's going to send me. So I don't know if you read in the email, Antonio, please feel free to add your own little message in there. Like I said, the only other requirement was for you to add in that thank you in the style of Bart's test it. Yeah, and then obviously once I have the videos, I'll start piecing everything together. Well, Anthony, mate, I'm already in there. Al, no rush, mate. It's all good. The only thing is now, just so you know, I have set the deadline. You'll have until the end of July. Yeah, so if you're able to do that, please have the video. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, the sun. I have to say, man, I wish I had a darker complexion. I'm too pasty for this. Oh man, I say this is almost like the opposite of castmate's Matthias's videos. His is in total darkness and mine's in too much sunlight. So either way, we can't be seen. Actually, Al, you'd probably be a good one to ask. Are there any Irish cast strength whiskies at all that you've come across? I'd be curious to try. Well, say I'd like to think a nice Jameson cask strength I could imagine would be absolutely beautiful. Oh man, what a perfect drop. Guys, sorry, just bear with me. I'm going to try and shift around and see if this makes a difference with the lighting. Okay, look, I'm still pasty as hell. I'm the white ghost. And there was the reason why they nicknamed me Snowflake at school. Because obviously I was the whitest person in the group. Oh, so there actually is a Jameson cask strength. Oh, wow. Okay, that's definitely something I'm going to have to keep an eye out on. I don't know where I'll find it in Australia, but you never know. I might get lucky. Okay, I think, guys, we're hitting almost the 54-minute mark. That's gone by very quickly. I might start to probably have to call it and end this video soon. There's a few things that I need to get done. And I'll use the Redbreast 12 cask strength. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Unfortunately, look, the Redbreast is definitely a whiskey that I really want to try. Unfortunately, in Australia, it is just so freaking expensive. And that's the one thing that you'll hear pretty much every Aussie complaining about is how expensive, say, the whiskey is over here. You guys will probably have a heart attack if you guys were to come over and see what we pay. It's ridiculous. Which is actually one thing that always amazes me. Pretty much everybody, say in whether it's the US or the UK or other European countries, you guys are always going on about how cheap Glenfarclas is. In Australia, Glenfarclas is not cheap. I was lucky. I was able to buy it with gift cards, but I paid, I think it was almost $100 Australian for the Glenfarclas 10-year-old. And then I see the prices that you guys are paying, say in the UK or the US or wherever you may be. And yeah, the prices we're slugged with, it's ridiculous. Guys, at the moment, I'm looking at these 2 bottles of beautiful whiskeys that I have here, and I'm thinking of an experiment that I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Should I do? Should I try a blend of the Lagavulin 12 and the Abinard? What do you reckon? Should I give it a go, or do you reckon that's enough whiskey for one morning? Maybe save that for another day. Or is it one of those things where you only live once, so stuff it, let's just do it anyway? All right. I'm going in. Please don't judge me. I am just going to pour a dash. I'll try and have the Aberlour as the base. Jay, thank you for joining us, mate. I hope to see you in the future videos. And so it was great chatting with you. Nice to meet you, buddy. Cheers. Oh, I think I just poured about the same amount of the Lagavulin. All right, let's see. Let's blend it a bit. Oh wow! To be honest, I thought on the nose that the Lagavulin was going to completely dominate. Was going to dominate the Aberlour. Surprisingly, the Aberlour is still holding strong. Although now that I'm blending it a bit more, that peaty smokiness is starting to come through. Talisker 10. Definitely an excellent whiskey for the peated whiskey fans. I guess that's going to be another video that I'm going to have to do. Would be my top 5 peated whiskies. At the moment, I think if I was to do that video, I'm going to have the Laphroaig 10, Ardbeg 10, Lagavulin 16. Man, how do I pick a favorite? I'm going to go over 5 because the Talisker 10 is fantastic. The Talisker 18 is incredible. I can't bring myself to finishing that because it's just an incredible whiskey, the Talisker 18-year-old. The Talisker Darkstorm, the Talisker, I think is it the Port Rouge. Man, there is just some incredibly fantastic peated whiskies. I've got the bottle over there, the Johnny Walker Island Green, or even the Johnny Walker Green label as a lightly peated whiskey. Fantastic. So I don't know, how am I going to pick a list of 5? That's going to be something that's extremely difficult to do. Okay, so now I've got a very smoky sherry bomb. That's a nice combination. The next time, if I was to do this again, definitely going to only try and add just a single drop of the Lagavulin. The water has definitely brought back those sherry notes. the honey and the fruits have come back with a nice smoky punch. Not bad. Guys, I'll say, what whiskies have you, if you have done it, what whiskies have you enjoyed blending together? What whiskies were you surprised by? Okay, I think that's enough whiskey for now. I had more than I intended to. Those are definitely some strong drams. Okay. All right, guys. I think for now, I've just hit the hour mark now, going on 1 hour and 1 minute. I think I need to go and pour myself a coffee. I think it's time to call it a day. I don't know what I'm going to have planned for my next live stream. This was kind of a spur of the moment video. I just had the opportunity to do it. Like I said, I ended up buying the Lagavulin 12 yesterday. I really had to fight my own temptations of opening up the bottle last night, because I know it would have gone down perfectly after work, just to have been able to sit down and enjoy a beautiful cask strength whiskey. But I stayed strong, and I held on, and I was able to bring you guys the review of the Lagavulin 12. Sometime down the track, I'm definitely going to do a proper review of the Lagavulin 12. There's just so many other whiskies that I need to get through at the moment, especially before I end up finishing them. As I've mentioned to some of you already, look, I'm very slow at editing videos. I don't always have the time to be able to put out the content as frequently as I would like. So at the moment, what I've been doing is more so focusing on just trying to stockpile a whole heap of whiskey reviews. At least that way I have the content there ready to go, just to have, and all I need to do is start editing them, and then I can post them up on YouTube for you guys to watch. So far, you guys have been my loyal fan base, and I thank you all so much for the support that you've given me. I mean, you guys have even been willing to stick through a whole hour-long chat with me, and that means a lot. So again, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to call it a day, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next live chat, and also to hearing your comments. So again, thank you very much. Kippis.